Hello YouTube, today I'll be doing my Georgia 2017 football predictions. So let's get started. Alright, so next Saturday, we've got Appalachian State at 6:15 on ESPN. So, Appalachian State, last year they had a really good season. They ended up winning, I think, their bowl. They won their bowl, but I can't remember what bowl. And, so I think we'll escape with that win easily, probably 42-14. All right, then we go up to Notre Dame the next week. I remember that's in South Bend, so that'll be a tough game. So, Notre Dame's really strong with their. I think they have a bounce back year after last year's disappointing year. They went 4-9, and it was just a very disappointing year for Notre Dame. So I think they'll bounce back from that and beat us probably maybe 24-10. Then we've got Samford the next week. We'll easily win that. That's at home. Then the next week, we open up conference play against Mississippi State. So, Mississippi State is a really strong team. They've got, what's his name? I can't remember. Nick Fitzgerald is their quarterback. He's a really good quarterback, and I think they'll put up a good fight, but we'll beat them, especially if it's at home. Probably 35-10. And then we'll have next week we've got the Tennessee game up in Knoxville. So that'll be a tough game after last year's Hail Mary win against us back in Athens. So after that, I think we'll bounce back since Tennessee lost Josh Dobbs and some other talent to the NFL. So I think we'll beat them at Tennessee probably 35-28. It'll be a really close game. And then the week after that, we're at Vanderbilt. And in that game, it's so after last year's homecoming defeat to Vanderbilt, I think that they're a really strong team against us the past couple of years. They've been putting up good fights in the SEC, especially after they made a bowl last year. And I think they'll put up a good fight, and we'll probably win. It'll be a low-scoring affair, so 17-10. We'll beat Vanderbilt. Okay, next week, not at Mizzou, but in Athens against Missouri. But after last year. Alright, for today's video, I'll be doing Georgia's 2017 football season for my video. So let's get started. Alright, so we've got Appalachian State week 1. And after last year, Appalachian State winning their bowl and having a pretty good season, I think that even though they're a smaller school, they'll still put up a decent fight, and we'll probably beat them 37-21. And the next week, we've got Notre Dame in South Bend. And after last year's disappointing year, when they went 4-9, I think that they will bounce back and beat us 24-10 since it's in South Bend. And next week we've got a cupcake game against Stanford. Not Stanford, but Samford. And then the week after that we open up conference play against Mississippi State at home in Athens. Their quarterback, Nick Fitzgerald, is a very good quarterback, and he'll have a good game, and I think we'll win 21-7. And then the next week, up in Knoxville with Tennessee, after last year's last-second Hail Mary by Josh Dobbs in Athens, I believe they will win. No. They lost Dobbs to the NFL and some other talent. So I think that we'll win 35-28 and start off East play with a win. And then the next week in Vanderbilt, at Vanderbilt, we will, after last year's homecoming defeat, I think we will bounce back and beat them, destroy them 49-14. And then the week after that, Missouri in Athens. After last year, when Jacob Eason completed the last second pass to Isaiah McKenzie in the end zone to beat Missouri, I think since we're at home, this will be more of a little bit more of Georgia pulling away from Missouri, and they will beat Missouri probably 42-21. And then the next week, we've got Florida and Jacksonville. The clean old-fashioned hate. Oh, no, that's Georgia Tech. I think it's... I don't even know the name of it anymore, but it's in Jacksonville, as we all know. And after Florida, defense just absolutely destroyed us last year, keeping us to like 21 yards rushing, I think. I think we'll come back and beat them, and that'll probably seal the deal in the East for us. And so then after that, I think we'll win 42. I think this will be a high-scoring game, 42-35 at Florida. In Jacksonville. And then the next week in Athens against South Carolina, that'll be a blowout game. Probably 35-7. And then next week we've got that huge game against Auburn that we have. And I think after last year, where our defense just shut Auburn down, I think that we'll do the exact same thing and beat them 21-10. Because I think the announcers and everything are overrating Auburn this year. I don't think Jared Stidham will be very good because they had that quarterback, Jeremy Johnson, a couple years ago. He was supposed to be really good, and he ended up being a terrible quarterback. So, yeah, I think we'll beat Auburn 21-10, like I said, even though it's in Auburn. So, the next week we've got Kentucky and Athens. After last year where our kicker made the last-second field goal to beat Kentucky, I think this will be a close game again because Kentucky's kind of on the rise of football. So I think it'll be a really good game and we'll win 35-28. And then the next week we've got Georgia Tech, our biggest rival. I think we will definitely beat Georgia Tech after last year's disappointing loss, even though it's in Atlanta. I think that we'll still beat Georgia Tech 21-14 because it's just Tech is kind of inconsistent sometimes, which means after that game, we've got the SEC championship against, I'm predicting, Alabama. And, of course, we're probably going to get destroyed by Alabama. I'll say 42-14 in the SEC championship, putting us at 10. Let me count the wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which will leave us at 11-2 going into our bowl game. I think we'll get a decent bowl, and I think will win our bowl. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you for just being patient with me as I've been just not really uploading. And please drop a like, and please subscribe. See you next time. Peace.